Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cocktail Hour. I am your host, Dracula. Weebo Jones. And with me tonight is, as always, the lovely, rambunctious Polydub. Say hi, Polly.
Hi, Polly.
Would you like your intro? Oh no, it's still on fire. We're good. It's smoking now. Polly.
Yes.
Polly.
Yes.
I don't feel any more refreshed than I intended to be when I took off last week. Our lovely show. Unfortunately, I've had some misadventures this fine week since last Sunday.
So you took it off for no reason, is what you're saying?
No, I think I did need it, but like so much has happened since that day that I'm just like, I think I need a whole week's worth of days off. Like, not just a Sunday evening off. Okay, let me explain.
All right.
Right? So, last Sunday, the reason why I took off was because I was dead, beat, exhausted. I mean, I don't feel exactly like that right now, but I do feel like I'm on my way to that if I don't, like, do something differently. But the reason why was because I was coming back home from the Wisconsin, like, cabin in the woods, because it was takeout weekend. So we had this whole, like, twice a year, we have this whole weekend where we dedicated to just winterizing all the piers and shore stations, getting them on land, and getting them out of the water. And so that's a lot of hard work and a lot of effort on the part of every member of the family. So it was a whole hullabaloo. And so I was already tired coming back home. But while I was on my way home, I stopped by my mother's house, which is always so emotionally draining. But I stopped by my mother's house because I had to give her a talking to about how to be a parent, and B, my sister a talking to about how to be a good student. Because, and I think I've told you this, but the rest of the chat might not be aware. I have a younger sister. She's struggling in school. That's all I'll say about that. So,
Excuse me.
That was very draining for me.
Okay.
Very, very draining. And I stayed there until I think about 6 o'clock, which is an hour before I'm supposed to start here. And at that point, I was just like, I cannot focus on being witty and intelligent and, you know, everyone's favorite happy-go-lucky Weebo. I need to decompress from everything. And so that's why I canceled last week, because I was like, I'm not going to be enjoyable on the air. And that's not fair to Polly. I don't want him to have to waste his time for an hour or two with a dead to the world Weebo. And that's not
but I'm never enjoyable on the air, and I'm here every week. So what the fuck?
No, I disagree. You are a rather enjoyable person. But, like, I don't know.
I've told you about compliments.
You are so enjoyable. Polly, I love talking to you every single week, even when you're in a bad mood. Somehow, you make me laugh.
Oh, I feel better in comparison to Polly's miserable fucking life. It's great.
No, that's not what I was getting at. You are such a delight to converse with.
No, what did I just say?
Something about compliments and how you need more of them, apparently.
Yeah, that was, you just reamed the truth right out of that one. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, I know, right? Is Polly being bashful and shy?
Are you asking me, or are you asking a question from chat? What happened there?
Are you being bashful and shy, Polly?
No.
You just think that they're undeserved compliments?
Failure, disrespect, insults, contempt. These things I understand.
These things I relate. I can understand them. But
yeah,
compliments. What's that?
This whole what is this whole genuine thing? I don't know. It begs the question. Okay, what do you want?
Nothing. I give these to you freely as your friend, Polly. I bequeath upon you the highest of honors, I guess. my good favor.
Are you
My
dying?
good favor. No.
Well,
Is that the only time that you can bequeath someone something? When you're dying?
that's actually you know what? Just as I was asking that, I thought about that for a second. I'm not sure. I know they talk about bequeathals in terms of yes, when somebody dies, but I don't know if it's limited to that. It's a good question. I don't know.
Can you bequeath someone while you're still alive? Can you bequeath? It sounds funny if you don't like use the th at the end. If you just opt for the sound.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, if you just stick the queef part in, it's good.
Can you bequeath while alive? I spelled it wheel.
Well, I think you can. I mean, you could have a living trust, a living will, where you give away a whole fuck ton of your stuff while you're still alive by the legal means that a will is basically happening.
They're called bequests. I love this.
Oh, that's why the Colonel's Bequest is called the Colonel's Bequest, because he's still alive when he's doing. That's an old Sierra game.
Yeah. Are you referencing something that I am too young to know about?
Well, I'm too young to know about it. It's old Sierra. I watch Pushing Up Roses, the channel on YouTube, and that's also her name, Pushing Up Roses. And she reviews old school games, and she's hilarious. Her politics suck, but she's hilarious.
But you can't win them all, Polly.
Now, you know?
Like, I am organized to the point of it's probably a detriment to my mental health.
To what?
To be organized. I am organized to the point where it's a detriment to my mental health. So, like, that's where I'm losing. Like, you could be as apparently grand as you want on the surface, but you're not going to win them all, essentially.
You know, I was thinking about you this morning. Because I was thinking about...
Wait, hang on. Good things or bad things? Or something in the middle?
In general things. There was no... Why do you always got to apply value statements to shit? I was thinking about scheduling. So naturally, you came to mind.
Naturally.
Natch. You know, they always ask you in interviews and... Myers-Briggs tests and Michigan tests and cognitive evaluation tests. There's deadlines. They're a mainstay of these type of situations and examinations and tests and so forth. How are you good with deadlines? And I was thinking this morning while I was smoking a cigarette, not happy with the deadline I was facing, that it's a stupid question because it's like saying, are you okay with relationships? As if there's the one kind.
Yeah.
It's an overly broad question. When they're asking they're asking about a very particular kind of deadline. At least I would like to think that they have a particular kind of deadline in mind when they're asking, or they're at least smart enough to realize that there are a variety of fucking deadlines out there in the world.
Yeah.
A deadline of punctuality, for example. That's one type. A deadline of you got a project, like, Weebo, you went to university, very familiar with deadlines for papers and whatnot.
Very important when it comes to, getting good grades in college. And I think that part of the reason why they do that is also to prepare you for, later on down the road when you have a job and shit and you have job deadlines, which, by the way, I have yet to actually have an actual hard deadline on any of the projects that I've been put on for my company. Just want to point that out there. I have not had a single deadline. It's just get it done when you get it done. Some of these are higher priority, so get these done first and then focus on everything else. But it's like you get measured in turnaround time rather than in when you meet your hard deadlines. And because and the reason why is because they understand that programming wise, literally anything can go wrong for any reason at any given point in time, and it's a crapshoot as to when you're gonna figure out the solution. Like it'll happen when it happens. I'm working on it, but it's gonna take time, an undetermined amount of time. Anyway, so you can't really deadline anything in my line of work, which is really nice because like I'm used to working with deadlines, but it's nice to not have to be under that pressure to perform because you kind of let things fall through the cracks at that point. You have time to think about things. You can create a better solution to a problem. Anyway, that's my little tangent for that. Deadlines, shenanigans. But yes, in school, deadlines are everything.
Yeah, well, but it's a certain kind of deadline.
Mm-hmm.
It's a project type deadline, which is not the same thing as be here on time type deadline, which is not the same thing as somebody offering you a personal choice, like, are you coming to the party? You got to let me know by 8 or I'm going to have to find another ride. Or will you marry me? Time's ticking. You're going to have to, I've already proposed. You've got until Friday, honey. Like, there's an ultimatum aspect to it.
Yeah.
And it's in a personal circumstance. These are all deadlines. It's like, are you okay with deadlines? So they ask you in a job interview.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could justifiably respond because of the vagueness of the question. Hey, listen, that bitch gave me an ultimatum. And so I told her, fuck no.
Wait, the bitch is asking you to marry her, and so you give her you're like, fuck no, because it's an ultimatum.
Well, bitch, if you got to think that fucking long, the answer is fucking no. What you're doing is weighing your options as to whether or not you can hypergamically step up higher. Mm-hmm. Is this the best I can do? Here, let me go consult my friends that are trying to live vicariously through me.
Is that a thing that happens?
Yeah.
I don't think I have any friends that would want to vicariously live through me. I hope.
When it comes to marriages and wedding proposals and weddings and engagements, it maybe vicariously isn't the right word, but there's a hell of a lot of heavy duty femaleosity at work there. Yes.
Okay, maybe I had like one friend at one time, but we've since like went our separate ways. We don't talk anymore. So yeah, I can see maybe having had one friend in the past try to live through me vicariously because she didn't have her own relationship. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So here's my point.
Yes.
So anyway,
to round it back.
Yeah, because we're moving in a circular motion and we'll come back.
To bring it back to the original point.
Because eventually I thought somebody might ask, did you have a point here? I do.
Yeah.
I actually am good and perfectly comfortable with certain kind of deadlines. Other kind of deadlines, I'm not good with them in such a way that I will actively fuck them up. Like punctuality is one, as some of you may have noticed. This idea of because I had a friend of mine, right? And she's telling me like, oh, I like going to bed early because because I have to wake up early because I hate this rush to get out the door thing. And I'm like, okay. And she goes on explaining this because I like to get up, have a cup of coffee, walk the dog, come back, have another cup of coffee, etc. These sort of things. And I don't want it to all be like this super mega fucking rush to get out the fucking door. And so to do that, to have that time in the morning before I have to leave for work, I need to go to bed early so I can wake up early and not have that rush time. And I'm like, all right. And I was thinking about that this morning before I was off to a deadline, like somewhere I had to be at a certain time. Right. Yeah. And I'm smoking a cigarette and I'm chugging an energy drink and I'm up basically before God's even awake. And I'm working on 3 hours sleep. And I'm thinking, see, this is the kind of fucking deadline I hate. Because this is not like I did undergrad, I've done grad school, I've done deadlines like a motherfucker, is the point. And the thing is that by, October 29th, you need this certain project done. It's a 30-page paper. It needs to have these research criteria met. It needs to have all of these things. So you got to self-organize all that. You got to get all that done. And no matter what the fuck you do, you can hand it in before, but not after. This is the hard line. That is a completely different human experience than make sure your ass gets somewhere on time. Because I hate constantly looking at my fucking phone. Oh, I got 15 minutes. Oh, I got 13 minutes. Oh, I got 8.5 fucking minutes before I need to get in the fucking car and drive because it's going to take precisely this long for me to drive. That's the shit I hate. Because I feel like I'm metering out seconds of my life before I end up ultimately in the grave. It's a terrible doom feeling.
I feel like I'm relating more to that than I would have a year or even like 2 years ago. And the reason why is because 2 years ago, my life was very regimented with not a lot of extra obligations to be at. Like, I was busy, sure, but it was pretty, like, standard. Like, every week was pretty much the same unless it was a break week, in which case then I'd have to, like, free up some time here or there, shuffle some things around, and accommodate those adjustments. But it was not every single week that I was making adjustments to the schedule. Nowadays, every week, something new comes up, some new obligation, social or apartment or otherwise. Obligation comes up, and I gotta, like, budget out time, not just to be there, but to travel there, to get ready to go there, to, like, prepare whatever it is that I need in order to do the thing there. Like, I need to budget for that too. There's like 8 million other things that need to go into making that obligation, as opposed to beforehand, I could just walk 5 minutes to wherever it is that I needed to go, be there, and not have to worry about it. I miss college, Polly. That's what I'm getting at here. Is I miss the simplicity of living in a small college town and having a regimented schedule that was predictable. And the other aspect of that, I guess, is to living far enough away from family that they don't expect me to show up to these social functions that they host every single week.
Okay, I'm setting something up here as we talk, so
yeah,
it's fine. I have content.
Before we get to your content,
I
have been asked what happened with the hand in the chat, and I'd just like to address it. So in Weebo's adventures in building management for her apartment complex, I was taking all of the trash that some asshole left outside next to the dumpster. Not inside the dumpster, but next to the dumpster. I was taking that and I was putting it into the dumpster. Like the good apartment manager that I am trying to be, for my sweet, sweet deal of half off the rent. And apparently there was a bit of exposed glass in the garbage, and I did not see it. And I ended up cutting my hand open right on my first finger knuckle, right here. On glass.
Filthy, dirty garbage glass.
Yes.
I hope you took care of that in the proper manner.
Yeah, so the story doesn't end there. So this happened in the morning. I was working remotely on Wednesday from home. And so a boyfriendo had taken the truck that day, and he had forgotten to leave the car keys home. So we have two truck keys, two sets of truck keys, and then we have one set of car keys. And he had taken the truck and left me with no car keys because he always keeps them on his key ring. At least he did until this incident. So he's at work, and I'm bleeding out. And because he works in the plant, he can't always get text messages immediately. And I probably I should have sent him an email, but I didn't think about it. And I'm like, you know what? I texted my dad a picture of the issue, and he goes, and I go, Dad, does this look like it needs stitches? Because he's an ex-paramedic. And he goes,
Whoa. Chad Dad is an ex-paramedic?
Yeah.
Fuck, every time I find out a new fact about this guy, I just, like...
Chad Dad.
Okay, chat, you might not have seen a picture of Weebo's father. I have. Okay. And you can ask Weebo, and I'm like, holy shit, your dad's like a total Chad. She went, I know, right? Like, and I was like, he is. Like, I'm not even fucking kidding around. Like,
well, that was when, he just
damn, Papa Jones,
like
you're rocking it. Like,
well, that was like early on in his and my mother's marriage. This is, I think, before they had kids, to be honest. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, Chad Dad. That's quite
Chad
funny,
Dad was a fucking paramedic too. Holy shit! What other fucking amazing things has this guy done?
He toured Europe for 3 months on a motorcycle.
It just keeps going.
Yeah,
it just keeps going.
Yeah. So I text Dad. I'm like, "Does this need stitches?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Okay. could it wait until after work? Like 4 o'clock roundabouts? And I think it's like at 9 o'clock at this point. He goes, I mean, yeah, you could. Just try not to bend it. Because it wasn't like a deep, or it was a deep gash, but it wasn't like a super wide gash where it would just, constantly free flow blood. All I had to do was steri-strip it shut and then keep it like on a popsicle stick to keep it straight. And so I'm working at my desk and I tell my boss, I'm like, yeah, so this is what happened today. She goes, you should go to the urgent care. And I'm like, I would, but I can't because I have no way to get there. I could Uber, but I didn't really feel like Ubering because that seems like extra money and I can totally manage like this. Anyway, so I had texted El Boyfriendo the situation in the least communicatable. Here, let me read you what I sent him. You're gonna think I'm an asshole for this text, but this is what I sent him because he thinks I'm an asshole for this text. He was so mad at me for it too. But I text him at work and he gets it at like 11 or something. I said, how hard would it be to give myself stitches on my dominant hand with my non-dominant hand, do you think? Asking because I sliced my hand open bad and have no real way of driving myself to an ER until you get home. Upside
Why
down
didn't you
smiley
just
face.
write asking for a friend? Why didn't you? Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so he took off the rest of the day from work to drive all the way home. He got home, what is usually a 20-minute drive, he made in about 9 minutes. He got home, and I'm doing the dishes because I just made lunch, and I'm about to put a Hot Pocket in the microwave for him because I knew he was coming home because he told me he was. And he's like, get your keys, get your coat, we're going to the ER. So we drive to the urgent care, and I have it checked out. And so 2 stitches later, and it tetanus shot, and here we are. And I get to rip out the stitches, let's see, in another 10 days or so. That I can do by myself. I don't have to have a doctor do it for me. Just so long as I don't snip on either side of the stitches, we're good. Whoa! Yeah. So Sadistic Atheist says, whoa, never touch someone else's garbage. There could be drug paraphernalia that you're handling just as the police drive by, plus that glass could have been a used needle. No, it was a piece of glass. I made sure. And yeah, I know. I have a pair of work gloves now. Thanks, Dad. He got me a pair of work gloves so that the next time I take the trash out, because it is part of my lease agreement that I have to like pick up around the apartment complex and keep an eye out on things for the tenants and such, and inform the landlord, hey, we have a big hole of trash that just a whole bunch of assholes from 3 buildings down left here, so what do you want me to do about it? And he's like, just put it in the trash bin because you're the only one that's going to do it, or we're the only ones that are going to do it. Anyway, it's a whole bunch of hullabaloo. Hullabaloo. That's not the only thing that happened this week. Just today, as I was leaving to go to the gym, some asshole had double parked in the 1 north and 2 north parking spaces, both of them. And those are assigned parking spaces, mind you. Like, unless you have the sticker to go with the building, you are not supposed to park there. The towing company will come by and take your vehicle without me even calling, by the way. They just patrol the area looking for vehicles that aren't authorized to be there. They'll take you away. This guy was double parked in 2 spaces that he did not have a pass to. I know this because I've met all the tenants. Oh, hello, small child. I've met all the tenants. Come here, lay down. I've met all the tenants, and I know that he doesn't belong in those parking spaces. But also, he doesn't have a sticker. Get your butt out of the camera. He doesn't have a sticker. And I see that he doesn't have a sticker. But he's parked in those 2 spots. And he's cleaning his car. Get your butt out of the camera. Polly doesn't want to see your asshole.
No one does.
Lay down. So he's cleaning his car in these 2 parking spaces, and I go, sir, you can't park here. Like, okay, first off, I wait 5 minutes for him to come out, and then I call the towing company because they didn't see him. And then he comes out, and I'm like, sir, you can't park here. You have to move. You are not authorized to be here. And so I tell him that, and then I go to the gym. An hour later, I come back. He's still there, cleaning his car, double parked in both spaces. And I go, sir, you cannot park here. You have to move. like in my "you fucking dumbass" voice. So I have him move his car, and all he does is he pulls it out of the 2 parking spaces across the street into the other building's empty parking space. And I'm like, all right, fine, not my problem. But the ironic bit is he still doesn't have a parking sticker. The same towing company manages that building as well. So either way, if the towing company comes out and sees he's there, he's getting towed. Like, I don't make the rules. That's how it be. Lay down. Get your butt out of Polly's face. Polly
You know, the
appreciate
cats
that.
don't generally respond to verbal commands, right?
This one sometimes does. Like, she
Oh
remembers
yeah,
her
well,
name.
we're witnessing the evidence. Yeah.
She knows her name and she comes when she's called, but she doesn't leave when I tell her to go away. And it's probably because I spoil her rotten. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl that can do no wrong?
Right?
Who's my little princess? Okay, sorry. So you were setting something up before I went on my whole like apartment life tirade about woe is me.
Yeah. Hello to everyone in chat. I finally pulled up chat here in the because Weebo refuses to use OBS, as she damn well should.
I've heard it already.
I keep forgetting that in the back end here of StreamYards, you can pull up the comments.
You can, in fact.
Sadistic Atheist is here, and Thexosaur has been making all sorts of comments, and Daniel Fullman's here, and Pop-Tart's here. Hey, Pop!
Hey, Pop-Tart!
And Next 6 Minutes is here, because Next 6 Minutes is super cool.
Speaking of the Next 6 Minutes, we have donations from him last week and this week.
Yeah, I know. I get donations. I read them out on AAA.
Wait, the one from 3 hours ago, too?
No, not that one. Well, is there that one, too?
Yeah, we have that one, too.
Shit.
So, while we're thinking about it, thank you the Next 6 Minutes for the donation from last week. I'm going to have to call you out again. Lol, JK, but seriously, this girl needs that cocoa money, or she's going to start throwing the powder around and attack random strangers in the street. Donate to this awesome Weebo and hold back the dark magic. Sub 2. And then today he donated to say, left you a donation last week. Anyhow, hope your hand is healing up well. Sub to Weebo. It's healing nicely, actually. I'm able to like make a full fist with it, despite the fact that it's cut right on the knuckle, and it's not a super big deal.
Cuts on flex points suck.
Mm-hmm. But the doctor was really good about it. He's like, I'll make sure that you don't have a super bad scar, and so you can use it. And so he stitched it up, flexed, which was really nice.
There we go.
Proceed.
There it is, finally. The quality of Streamlabs is going down.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. The interface is different now. You have to go to a different place to spot it. I thought I was being a total boomer about it over on AAA, and I said, okay, guys, I got a boomer question. They're like, all right, what's that? And I said, okay, I can't pull up the chats. And then Drunko Cuts, he goes, no, they changed it, man. He goes, I had to go over to blah and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, what do I have to click on? He goes, no, it's not your fault. They totally changed it. So I had to click on 3 different things, and now I can see them again.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
That's stupid.
They spend all of their time, and I get it. Like, why would you improve your user interface? Because there's no money in improving your user interface. There's money in developing slobs and the merch options and the stores and do you understand what I'm saying, Weebo?
Yeah.
There's
money in money.
Well, yeah, they throw their R&D towards the things that are cash generation centers, profit generation centers, not things that make their fucking website work better.
Yeah.
In any case, Next 6 Minutes, thank you for the donation of $2.42, which I now understand. Left you a donation last week, and I appreciate it, and I read it on Triple Gay. Anyhow, I hope you've been keeping your otter chi strong. Sub to Polly. Yes, sub to Polly. You know what I was thinking of publishing as a video? A graph of my subscription. Just a straight line graph of my subscription amount, my amount of subscribers, and have it going in real time and then do commentary over it. And it would be like a 45-second or minute and a half video of like, oh my God, I got 3 more subscribers just after doing that one stream. Oh, look at that. I got 10 subscribers after publishing that 6-hour video of a screen so dark red, you'd think it's black.
Wait,
That's
seriously?
Great. What? Yeah,
that's how many subs you got from that video?
The video was awesome, Weebo.
I know. I watched it. Oh,
it was fraught with artistic depth. Okay,
it was. I watched it all the way up until like the midpoint too.
You don't understand. You know what the best part? You know what the average view duration of that video is now?
What?
Take a guess. What do you think it is in minutes?
Is it like 3 minutes?
48.
Are you serious?
I'm not even kidding. I won't make it up. The average view duration of that video is 48 fucking minutes.
Holly, how long was that video?
6 hours.
That's still too fucking long. Holly.
People like it.
The comments were golden, though.
Oh, the comments were just gold. People came with their A game, and I tried responding accordingly. You know what I mean? It was.
You have 104 comments, 70 likes, 528 views on a video of just 6 hours of a screen so dark red you'll think it's black. Here, chat, have some content.
Yeah, and then Zelther says, "Hey, I got 3 hours into it. Don't judge me." What judgment? You know, I love my ambiance, man. I was like, I could contribute to this genre on YouTube. This is the genre of the YouTube video as a cry for help. This and I think I did quite well. The first one was Patrick Bateman preparing for a business meeting.
Do you mind if I mirror this video?
Do you mind if you mirror that? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
No, there's more to come.
Naturally. I would expect nothing less.
There's 8 hours of a screen so dark blue, you'd think it's black, with occasional wind chimes.
Occasional wind chimes. Think of it as visual ASMR. No. Visual ASMR actually has you like looking at something that lulls you. There is nothing lulling about nothing.
It's not nothing. It's a field of extremely dark red. I even put the color values, the numeric color values in the description so people would know if they wanted to replicate it for themselves, how to go about doing so.
Okay, I want to actually see your chat. Let me show you how to do a thing.
And nuke the CCP. It says it's black. No, it's not. The color values are right there. Okay.
I got this. All right. So watch me whip and nay. So this is the video, right, chat? These are the RGB values. Copy. RGB color picker. This is how you find out what colors are value-wise. Disagree. Is it this one? Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
No. Am I not allowed to, like, edit this? Okay. Hang on. I thought I had it copied. Okay. 1100.
Daniel Foreman's got a good point. I should have put the Pantone number as well. Yeah.
00. Open. That doesn't help me. All right, hang on. Let's find a different one. 11 0 0 0. I don't know what the A color is supposed to be. Polly, help me.
What the hell is A supposed to be?
A is...
I was working out of the Photoshops.
The alpha channel can be displayed as a grayscale image. That means that the alpha channel is composed of 256 levels of transparency, whereas 0 represents the maximum level of transparency. 255 represents the maximum level of opacity.
Gotcha. I didn't know that there was a added opacity level possible in those.
255.
Interesting.
And that is the color. Now, if we were to take the opacity, no. If we were to take the redness, actually, there's a degree of redness that is less than this.
Oh no, I could have went further down. I very carefully picked 11. It wasn't an accident.
Very carefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
I stared and sampled. Until the mood was right, the flow was correct, the vibe was there. You see how far down into the bottom right it is? It's right on the edge, man.
Now, personally, I think that you probably could have gotten away with this right around like here, 33. So 3 times what you stopped at. Because it is so dark or red, it is almost black at that point. There is a degree of like redness. If you blink, you might miss it. But yeah, you go any further than this, you're getting more into the reds. But 33, I think, is a good number to stop on. I think that would be.
So we sort of got a little bit off topic there. I was about to tell you the story of
really
my
did.
Stitches.
Yes.
I have gotten multiple stitches in my life in different places for different reasons. But one time I got staples when I had knee surgery.
Ew.
Yeah. The only time I ever had, I've had lots and lots of stitches, but never staples. This is the first time I got staples. Okay. So the staples are in there. The healing happens. I go back to get the staples removed. Okay. So the nurse comes up. Everything's very sterile, blah, blah, blah. Right. And she takes, those peel open packages that they use like to get their sterilized instruments out.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So she peels open this thing and it's a pair of needle nose pliers. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I know what needle nose pliers look like.
Yeah.
That was a pair of needle nose pliers.
Yes.
And so I asked her, and these were my exact words. This was a while back, but I remember clearly what I said to her. And I didn't say it rudely or judgmentally. I said, I understand you just opened a sterile package there. And she goes, oh, everything here is very sterile. And like, because she was in full scrubs and gloves and, the mask and whatnot. Right. And she goes, oh, everything's very, very sterile. Like as if she was assuring me as if I was worried. And I said, no, that's not what I mean. I just I understand you opened a sterile package. Other than the sterility of that instrument, how is it different than a set of needle nose pliers? And she looked like one way and looked the other way as if she was like, considering. And she was. You could see the wheels turning, right?
Yeah.
And then she looks back at me dead in the eye and just shakes her head side to side like, no. Like meaning there isn't one. Her medical instrument was, in fact, a pair of stainless steel needle nose pliers that then she subsequently used to pull out all 32 staples one at a time.
Medical needle nose pliers. Now I need to see what these might look like.
And there was so much blood.
Oh.
Like every staple that came out, just because there's 2 blood holes, right? You know what I mean? And there was just blood fucking. See?
What do they look like?
They're just needle nose
these?
pliers. Yeah.
Or like these?
No, they didn't have
or
the
like
rubber
these?
grips. They were solid stainless steel from
Or
stem
like
to stern.
these?
Yeah,
these?
like that. They looked a lot like that. Except they didn't have the wire cutters on them, of course.
Okay, all right. Not these, right?
No, those are Metzenbaum? The ones that grip, where they will click shut and hold shut. Yeah.
That was what
No,
the doctor
Metzenbaum,
used
that's
to
not right.
sew me back together. Were they curvy like this?
No, they were straight, but they were quite long and gangly like that.
Like this.
No, those are more electrical pliers. The previous ones is what they looked like the most.
Okay.
Actually, if you scroll up a little bit, there was a set of vice grips that looked like needle nose pliers. I could use that tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really. You see it in there? There's another one. Like really long and narrow vice grips that like needle nose plier vice grips. Fuck, I could use some of those, man. I didn't even think they made them.
These?
Yeah, look at that.
What do you need these for?
Men and tools, man. I'll find reasons,
I'll find reasons to use my tools.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like this.
Okay.
There's always slim spots you got to get in and get a grip and lock it on and hold it there. You know, like it's fine.
I will find reasons.
You know,
to
so
use
yeah.
the tools
For example, I can think back on times where you're trying to screw a screw and you realize, fuck, there's a nut on the inside that's just turning. That's why this screw isn't tightening. This isn't a screw, it's a bolt.
Yeah.
And there's a nut on the inside. So what you got to do is get up in there with a pair of needle nose pliers and kind of like hold it steady. And you're doing this too grippy, weird thing where you wish you had a third arm. You know, that's when you get those motherfuckers. You can just like clamp and then you can screw to your heart's content. Okay, that started sounding sexual, but you get my point.
You can screw to your heart's content. That's what she said.
Yeah. Okay, so there's my story of having my staples pulled out. It was painful, but I managed it. It's fine.
Yeah. How were the staples going in, though? That's my question.
With a staple gun. It was a glorified medical staple gun.
So basically, they just like treated like you like a gigantic piece of plywood with a piece of paper against it. That's it.
Yes, except everything's sterile. That's the only difference. Is a Polydub specialty gun tools? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You know, it's funny. We are slowly building up our tool supply here at the House of Jones. And so we got ourselves a cordless power drill a couple months ago. And then very recently, I just got El Boyfriendo the level to go with it. Because apparently, having things be level is very important, Polly. I didn't realize that until I didn't have one.
Oh, I mean, you know what the sweetest thing is? The laser level with the stud with the and the stud detector combination laser level.
Oh, I need a stud finder.
Yeah. So you say, like there's the stud. All right, we know this is there, so you can hang a picture here, or put a brace there, whatever you want, and it shoots out a laser beam in either direction, so you know that's perfectly level. Love it, love it. Okay, so Weebo, you're a fan of coffee?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk coffee cups.
Oh, I have many opinions about this. Are you sure you want to have this discussion?
Oh, because I went looking for a coffee cup and I fell down a rabbit hole. And I've got pictures, I've got content, we're going to look at some shit. Okay.
I don't think you understand just how important this topic of conversation is.
See, I came prepared because I knew you were a fan of Covfefe. And so this is the right time for this. I talked a little bit about it with Eve. Talked a little bit about it with Sam, because Eve's not a fan of coffee, but she had some opinions on the aesthetics of everything. Sam, on the other hand, is a huge fan of coffee. So like he had some like strong opinions, and he's French. So, Yeah.
So he's got pretentious opinions.
Well, he tended to agree with me that some violence was called for because certain, I know, right? It's like a coffee mug. How could that call for violence? Well, wait till you see them.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm ready. My body is ready.
Okay, so the first one is just it's kind of stupid, but I want it nonetheless because I would use it at certain opportune times for certain people. So let me just go ahead and where's share screen? Where is that? There it is. Share screen. Screen 2. Share. Fuck, it's a 5-button operation, man. Fuck. Look at this.
Coleman just asked me a very important question. He asked me, "What does a teacup differ from how does a teacup differ from a coffee cup?" The difference is extremely important. We'll get into that when I'm all fired up and shit. Okay, never fear. We'll talk about it.
This is a great idea.
That is pretty funny.
Kid, I because like, have you actually poisoned the person? No, but you've expressed. Well, you could have, but the point is you've expressed a certain disdain for them because you give everybody coffee mugs except your mother-in-law that you give that one to. And then she's going to ask, right? Or whatever, like whoever, the person in the room you don't like, right? Yeah. You single them out with this mug, because they get to the bottom of the mug and they look and they're like, "Oh, isn't that hilarious? It says you've been poisoned." And everyone else looks at their mug and they say, "Mine doesn't say that." No, neither does mine. And they find out that there's the only one that says that.
They're the one that you would have poisoned it for them.
I enjoy contempt. So anyway,
I bet you do.
There's a lot of weird things going on in coffee mugs. Okay, I was looking for like a good coffee mug, and what I came across rather is, I think art students and ceramic students and people like that have flooded the coffee mug industry and have used their what they think of as creativity. Like, how can I say this? It's like a lot of the bad shit you see going on DeviantArt, art school dropouts. It happens.
Like all of that weird Sonic art shit.
Yeah, all the weirds. Yeah, all the Sonic recolors and shit. People, people that didn't even go to art school. People that they took a couple art classes in high school and think of themselves as artistes and are sub to all the art channels and follow art people on Twitter and social media and whatnot. I've come to think that a lot of these hippie, strange, self-obsessed weirdos also do ceramics, because these are really popular.
Toilet coffee cups?
Yeah, why? Who the fuck wants this?
No.
Yeah, just no. This is hipster bullshit.
And mostly because it's top heavy. That's so weird. Like, imagine you're drinking out of your coffee, and it's not weird because there's like a toilet bowl that you're drinking out of, but it's weird because you have this big box thingy pressed up against your face as you're trying to drink your coffee, and it's getting in your way, and you're just like annoyed because you're trying to enjoy a nice cup of coffee, but the box keeps hitting you in the face and throwing off your like equilibrium, and it's a nightmare.
I mean, the functionality of first, it's top heavy. Just looking at it. Right, so that's easily tippable. So that's stupid. Like, form. This is form over function. Big time. And it's like, oh, but it looks like a toilet. Like, you're an idiot. And you're right. You're gonna get the box in the face all the time.
Yep.
Yep.
And like what Nuke the CCP said, it's for people that are full of shit. You poke your eye out, kid.
And there's so many jokes around. Like I said, these are super popular. There's a whole bunch of toilet bowl coffee mugs online if you go looking. Like, way more than I would have never suspected there even was one at all. But yet here they are.
Of course,
and they come in like all different like shapes and designs and whatever, but they all come down to like toilet bowl. There's ones where on the handle you press the button and it causes the lid to flip up for you to drink, like it's like almost like it's a travel mug or something. And it's like, geez, fuck you people. All right, so there's one. Moving on. These are really popular now.
What am I looking at?
Exactly. It's a pipe / coffee mug. See, here's your bowl.
Like a bong.
Yeah, here's your bowl down here that you the stuff. Here's your hooter plug, right? And here's a hipster using one.
Oh, I don't know if you know this, but every stoner that I've ever met has always complained incessantly about bong water. Apparently, it's disgusting.
Yeah, bong water is disgusting. Have you ever been into somebody's car where they fucking spilt their bong water?
No,
you know
I haven't. I haven't because I don't keep that kind of company, Polly.
Because I don't keep I thought you said you went to a small college. What the fuck?
I did. I did.
And I love that he's got the hipster glasses on too, that are clearly window glass because there's no difference.
Yeah.
In his face, it's just a straight line. You're wearing window glass
those are
glasses.
Fake glasses. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Right? Yeah.
Polly, I would just like to point out that weed is poor man's drug of choice, and it did not go to a poor man's college.
Yeah, I mean,
cocaine or nothing.
I mean, this guy is just like, and he's got the crushed velvet suit coat on with his little hipster beard and his fake glasses, and he's smoking out of his fucking coffee bong. I hate this man.
I hate him too. Does that even count as a coffee mug though? Honestly, it has a handle, but does it qualify? Because it's got holes every which way. The purpose of the cup is not to drink coffee out of. It is to smoke weed out of. Ergo, not a coffee mug.
Right. And who wants to drink bong water coffee, basically? Because the idea is you fill it up with coffee, you smoke your bowl, and then you drink your coffee. And it's all happening at once. And like, isn't this fucking great? No, it's not fucking great. It's fucking stupid.
Oh, no, I didn't tell him about the highway. Polly, a boyfriend just reminded me of why it was that we were late today. So I told you I was in a bumper-to-bumper traffic, right?
Right.
There's a reason for that. So we get to the section of the highway where there's
excuse me.
Isn't tight. So we get to the section of the highway where the traffic is beginning, and I guess he didn't say it out loud, but a boyfriend's first thought in his head was, somebody had better be dying. 7 miles later, we see the crumpled up tin can of what was originally probably some sort of crotch rocket motorcycle on the side of the road, and a shoe not too far away from it, just a lone shoe by itself. And I go, babe, is that what you were thinking? And he goes, yep, and it looks like it happened. I'm like,
wow.
Ah! Anyway, sorry. So that's why we were late. Someone died.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ain't that just lovely?
Yeah. Vexor said, "Yeah, I mean, you got to admire the length of the guy's flame." Yeah, I don't know if you ever like Weebo. You're never like a cigarette smoker or a weed smoker, but like
it's a waste of. Is it butane? Or whatever it is that you put in
the
butane.
Lighter?
Yeah,
but this particular brand, you can turn the flame up or down, and if you take the metal part off the top, you can pull it up off the little gear mechanism that it's on and keep turning it up and up and up until the flame is like, yeah, it's great.
It's a waste of butane, though. Like, you're going to have to refill it or find a different Bic lighter with which to light your things on fire. Like, you are made of money.
Well, they're cheap lighters anyway. It doesn't matter. Those things, they never fucking last. And, you know, you drop them and they crack and break, these clear ones with the adjustable flame.
Yeah. I don't really have a plethora of lighters on hand. I prefer matches, like a true pioneer of the ancient ways. Matches in a tea box with the whatever it is, the friction paper glued underneath. I'm old school. I'm cool. Whatever happened to the days of like people having their own personally monogrammed matchbooks on hand?
Right?
Like, what the fuck? Where have we gone as a society that this is no longer the case? I bet. Okay, what do you think is more green? Endless supplies of butane plastic Bic lighters or customized monogrammed matchbooks?
I don't know. I think the fanciest you could possibly get are personally monogrammed cigarettes that have been blended to your specifications from a tobacconist.
Okay, that is pretty highbrow. Like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that was a thing, like a regular thing in Victorian London. Like, you know, you know, and in America as well. You'd go in, you say, I want, 70% Turkish, 10% Virginian, and 20% strong, whatever the fuck, because it's cigar tobacco, because it brings through, or pipe tobacco, because like that's the flavor profile that you like, and they roll them up specially for you. You can have them in, with monogrammed if you want, and that's why everybody had cigarette cases back in the day. That's why they didn't have cigarette packs, because they were going to a tobacconist to get the particular cigarettes that they wanted. They would then fill into their cigarette case.
Do we have tobacconists still?
You know what? You got there's places that call themselves tobacconists, and what they really are is cigar and cigarette shops and places you can buy pipes and pipe tobacco. But of the sort of place where you can go get a specified blend, That's a good question. I'd like to know if that actually still exists.
Custom
You could request the kind of paper, whether it was flavored, how thick it was, how tightly packed. I mean, that's luxury, man.
tobacco.
But now everyone's like, lung cancer.
Custom tobacco blends. Farm fresh tobacco. Custom tobacco blends. Custom blended cut rag. Tightwad tobacco. Custom blends. So I think you might be able to customize your blend. Maybe.
See,
if you you have to buy it from an online retailer though. You can't just go to the tobacconist anymore.
You know what I was just thinking about when you were saying that? Like, what happens if it's out of state? You can't mail tobacco.
You can't. I've tried.
So what the fuck?
Yeah, no, you can't. I've tried because so another apartment story. These are always so great. But when One West's previous tenant passed away, he left a whole bunch of cigars in his fridge. I'm like, I can't just let these go to waste. But you know who does smoke tobacco is Balik.
Ah.
So I was
did
like,
you give them to him?
They're sitting in my fridge to this day. It's been a year. I haven't seen Balik, and I have every intention of giving them to him. But I think, at this point, they're a little old, right?
Yeah, and to be honest, you can keep them in your fridge, but you really shouldn't. You should keep them in a cool room temperature humidor. But that's
the humidor that I have is specifically used for all of the date night things and such. Wait, no, that sounded weird. No, so it's a memento box of the ticket stubs from all of our dates ever, and all of the corsages that he ever got me from any high school dances we went to. Boyfriend. It's like our memory box.
Right.
My dear, I'm talking about you again.
Oh, gross. Why?
Because I love you.
Gross.
Okay. Love of my life, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I have a humidor. I just don't use it as a humidor is intended to be used. I genuinely thought that I would see Balik again before 12 months went by. Hey, can you press the end button on the microwave? Oh, thank you, dear.
Okay, let's get off this fucking hipster.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the thigh mug.
Good night. The thigh mug.
It's the mug designed specifically to rest in your thigh and apparently nowhere else. Because you would need a specially designed base to place it in such that it wouldn't immediately tip over. Now, I admit it would rest in your thigh quite well because of the shape of the bottom of the mug. But
heat conductivity is still a thing, and you might just get the burn from the coffee on your thighs.
And is this supposed to be a little extra sexy because she's pulling her skirt up a little bit? Is that what she couldn't have just had some fucking jeans on?
I suppose.
I don't care how sexy you make your ad. I'm not buying this fucking mug.
If the base was a little bit wider, I could see it. The base, if it were, instead of going to a point, it were going to a plateau. A plateau to hold the mug itself and all the coffee inside of it, then that would make sense. But this, you're going to have to hold it on your lap for as long as you have drink in there. And also, how do you store this if not right side? You're going to flip it over, store it upside down? What if you want to put it down? No, this is...
Yeah.
This is awful. This is worth killing over, Polly. I think I killed Polly. I can't hear him anymore. His audio cut out. Nope. No more Polly in this.
For Christ's sake, I was typing out a text message. You just...
How am I supposed to know that?
You're talking and you're off on a personal soliloquy, nay, litany, And then all
I
of a
was
sudden, the
not.
very moment I start typing something, it's like, Polly, why aren't you, what the, hello, is this thing on? What the, like,
Where did my co-host go? Oh, where can he be?
well, I gotta sneeze.
Because it's like, oh no, Polly, where has he gone?
No, it left. Fuck, I hate that.
That's rough.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. The sneeze
Is
comes
that-
on and then it goes away.
You're gonna
It's
have
like,
to fix that.
it's
Work
blue
on
balls
that.
for the nose. It's terrible.
It is though, isn't it? That is like the perfect description of that. Ugh. Nothing hits worse than that, honestly. That's like the biggest disappointment that I suffer on the day to day. It is unfortunate. The mug was so bad that it killed Polly. Yes.
Okay, moving along. Okay, now.
Fuck.
Now, I initially liked these when I first saw them
No,
because
you
there's, well,
And I'll explain why in a minute. Continue.
well, because I'll tell you what. Here's the substance of the conversation I had with Sam just last night about these mugs. I said, "Okay, Sam, clever or idiotic? You tell me." And he looks at me, and goes, and he actually put some thought to it. He goes, okay, so they're clearly espresso mugs that have been, made extra long for extra espresso, which I can appreciate. I'm like, right? Like, because, I make like a triple or quadruple espresso, and I'm ending up putting it in a regular mug, so which fills it about halfway. You know what I mean? That's a lot of fucking espresso, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, but, you can't just keep refilling the little, I forget the Italian name for the tiny little mugs.
Espresso cups.
Yeah, that is the Italian name. You're right.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
And
I win.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, well, what about one of these? This is kind of cool. It's still got the espresso mug things, but I'm leaning towards the idiotic because, like, you're just going to pour it down and you're going to need a really, really long spoon. And as you're tilting it up, like, and just the whole argument, I'm like, yeah, I agree. In the end, idiotic. Doesn't work.
All right, so I have an alternate reason why this is a horrible idea all around. Polly, how long does it take you to drink your espresso?
Hello?
Yes.
You said, Polly, how long what?
How long does it take for you to drink your espresso?
If it's a regular small cup espresso, no longer than, up and it's gone.
Okay, but like one of these triple shot ones, how long do you think it would take?
Oh, 2-3 drinks. Like swallows.
Okay, swallows. Okay. Well, if you're like me and you are a sipper, not a chugger, and you like your things hot, this is not conducive to a successful experience. Mainly because, actually, I'll explain why you wouldn't typically drink your espresso like a sip. You would just down it in one go later. But the reason why is because, like, if you're just going to drink coffee out of it, it's not going to keep heat as well because you have
true.
less,
That's true.
I guess, width to the cup to keep things hotter. Like, skinny, tall, lanky people, yeah, I'm looking at you in the chat, you assholes. You suffer in the winter because you're cold, because all your body fat is stretched out across more surface area. Whereas me, tiny, short, stocky bitches, we're all concentrated, not just in hatred in one little thing, but like concentrated in like body fat as well to one little tiny shape. And so there's less to warm up, and as a result, I retain heat much better. One could say that I am hot all the time. Anyway, so that's why this wouldn't work. As a coffee mug, maybe as an espresso mug, you'd be good. But to be fair, the reason why you wouldn't want to just pour a triple shot in here and wait like 3 swallows worth to finish it off is, did you know that espresso shots can die?
Could die. No,
Yes.
I did not.
So when I was a barista, because I was a barista once upon a time, one of the first things that we learned as baristas is that you want to, typically if someone orders straight up espresso, you want to get it to them as quickly, as soon as possible after it's been finish pouring. Because if you look at an espresso shot, all of the espresso and goodies within the shot itself settle after about, I think it's about 50 seconds, 30 to 50 seconds. After that, the shot is dead, meaning that all of the flavor profile that you really want out of an espresso shot has settled at the bottom, and you're getting a dead shot. It's disgusting. It tastes bad compared to a freshly poured shot. That's like 5 seconds from the point of pour. That's what you want. You do not want a dead shot. So if you're pouring something this tall, you're getting a triple dead shot of espresso.
Yeah, I see what you mean. There's going to be a fuck ton of what should be emulsified dissolved solids that are all just sedimenting to the bottom of this really tall, slender mug.
Exactly. And so it's going to be disgusting. Like, have you ever tasted a dead shot versus a live espresso shot? The comparison is like worlds apart. Worlds apart. Ask your local barista to give you a dead shot and a live shot of espresso at some point, and they'll probably know what you're talking about if they're any good at their job. And they'll ask you, "Are you sure?" And you go, "Yeah," and they'll give you one, and they'll say, "Wait," and then they'll give you another one like 30 seconds later, and then they'll have you try the old one and then try the new one and compare the two. Yes, you do learn so much on this channel. Yeah. And that's one of the crucial things that I learned as a barista working for Starbucks.
Moving along. This is just bad. Oh, you like your stones and your beads and your whatnot, huh? Yeah, that's what everybody needs in their fucking coffee mug. A fucking fidget spinner handle.
Now that you say that, that would get super fucking annoying. And also, I'm the type of person that likes to have more grip area for their mugs.
Yeah.
This is only, what, like 3 fingers worth? I'm looking for 4 fingers worth of grip area.
Yeah, I hear you. A big fucking handle has its advantages, right? Like, get a grip on that fucker.
Exactly. Mama needs a big, strong grip.
I like the black glass glaze that they've put on it. That's always cool on a coffee mug. But Weebo has dropped to the floor.
I'm here still. I need to just... Oh. I will be right back. I will grab something. I just remembered something that is crucial to my survival as a human being on this earth. I'll be right back.
All right.
Continue on with talking about your despisedness of fidget spinner mugs.
Well, I don't know. That was the whole point, really. All right, let's talk about all the problems that Weebo has. Okay, first of all, I don't like that her Blue Yeti mic works better than mine. We have the same fucking mic. It's the same fucking mic. She sets her mic right out of camera range. You guys can't even see it. It's sitting on her desk with the stand that you get with the mic. I have that fucking stand. Okay, I'm what? I'm gonna take a guess here. 12 to 18 inches from my mic. Weebo's a good fucking 24 to 36 inches from her mic, and she gets the same fucking vocal gain that I do. And it pisses me off.
I'm so sorry.
She's not.
Though. I'm not, though.
Yeah.
And this is a secondhand microphone, too, so just imagine what I could do with, like, a brand.
Yeah, mine was... I bought mine used.
Yeah, but, like, did you buy it from Amazon used, or did you buy it from, like, eBay used? Because there's a difference.
No, I bought it from a dude.
Just a random dude on the street appeared to you and said, "Hey, kid, you want to buy a Yeti?"
Yeah, he was like, "What am I, kid?" And I was like, "Hell yeah. You got some rocks, too?"
Polly, just say no. Just say no, Polly. Just say no to drugs. It's fine.
I got to figure out whatever. I think it's a driver issue. Whatever drivers Weebo's running are resulting in this superior gain quality that I'm just not picking up. I don't know.
I would like to point out that Thexor the Bearded probably has a point. The girl has lungs, Polly accept it. She projects well. Yes, I do. And part of the reason for that is years and years of classical vocal training and independent individual voice lessons and a cappella for like 4 years straight. So, yes, I know how to project my voice very well.
Excuse me, I can project such that the people in the upper balcony can hear my words.
Oh. Indeed. But can you sing the high note in Phantom of the Opera?
No,
Exactly.
not at all. Even a little.
Exactly. Oh, sorry, my boyfriend's PC is taking off right now.
The fans kicked in?
Do you hear that?
No, actually, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's good. I thought for sure that everyone could hear it because it is loud and obnoxious. It's like having an airplane terminal right in this room.
Okay, so let's move on from the. You know what I think actually happened here?
What happened here?
I think this mug looked like this without the macrame beads in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was meant to be a thumb placement spot.
But some asshole was like, "Oh, I can make this decorative. I have some leftover beads from the what is it that people go to where there are beads? The seance."
Yeah, well, yeah. Somebody's like, oh, look, I can buy some fake tourmaline swirlies and like pin this stupid thing that's probably not even held in there very well and open up and open up an Etsy store and call it like, pagan mugware, and all the edgy teens will show up and buy it because it's black and it's got like power crystals in it and shit.
Do you think that'll balance my chakras?
I think they'll tell you that it will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving along. Okay, Weebo, this is your future. This, in my mind, is the ultimate wine mom coffee mug.
I hate it. I would never be caught dead with such a gaudy, decorative piece of dishware. What do you take me for? An ignorant slut fool?
When I saw this, I thought, wine mom. That was the first thing that came to mind.
I'm angered at the fact that you would assign such nonsense to me. At least make it wine glass adjacent. Just because I have cats doesn't make me a crazy old cat lady, all right? And just because I refer to them affectionately as my children does not make me a crazy old cat lady, okay? I'm keeping it at 2 cats, no more.
The speed and protest that you went through that with, I don't know.
Valentine is disamused with you. How dare you? The audacity, sir. 2 cats, no more, unless at some point a stray comes along and needs my assistance, and then in which case that number goes to 3. And so on and so forth.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for a hopeless case, like a stray cat needs my assistance, comes up to me and is like, "Will you help me, mommy?" And I'm like,
yeah,
that's how I got.
That's like Pop-Tart. She's got all the rescue animals. Pop-Tart's got like a big heart when it comes to animals. So she's got turtles and cats and dogs and that are all rescues, and it's great. It's great.
Well, like I'll try to rehome them, but like this one, Valentine, she was a sign. I had just lost my previous cat, Cole. He was a good boy. And she was found not like a mile away from where we originally found Cole. On a holiday, no less. It was a sign, Polly, and I'm not a super like spiritual person, but I think Cole wanted me to have Valentine because he's like, "Mom is missing me."
Oops. Okay, hold on. Stop sharing there that was accidental. Okay, we only got 2 left, but both of them are okay. So screen share, screen share, screen share, screen share. It's only 4 clicks away. Guys, it's
only like 87 different
StreamYards. It's so effective. Okay, this one I like.
It.
This one's cool.
No.
I like this. No, I like this one. Come on.
I would like it if the lid part wasn't like jutted out from the side. Like if it was blended in more to the mug.
Come on, it's a little espresso mug that's in the shape of a pill bottle. Come on, it's great.
It's clever, but the feng shui is so off.
No, it's not. It's it's been prescribed to Mr. Java Joe Espresso from Dr. Harold Feelgood.
Why Harold though?
The refills, sure, expires when the mug is empty. I don't know. I dig this. It's
clever, but I
it's
don't
fun.
like the lid part. It would. So okay, Polly, I need you to understand that the way that a mug is shaped is pretty much everything. It's got to be tall enough that I feel like it has the capacity to hold all the coffee that I want to put in there. Or it has to be wide enough that it will hold all of the coffee that I want to put in there. Additionally, it also has to be shaped in a consistent way. Otherwise, I'm not going to drink out of it. I will not. And by consistent, I mean there can be no jutty portions from the sides. And this one has that. And hence, I will not drink from it. Like, I will actively avoid this mug amongst all the other mugs in the cabinet because of the fact that the lid is not consistent with the rest of the mug.
Okay, well,
it has to do with how it sits in my hands.
Okay, well, all right. I thought it was a fun little espresso mug.
It's cute.
But if you want to complain,
I do want to.
Okay.
That's why
I've got the final one that has 6. Count them, 6 mugs on it.
Okay.
And there's 2 of them on there that are so egregious that words fail. Let's look.
Oh no.
Okay. Let's just before we go into the obvious one that everyone's looking at. Okay. Let's start at the one on the bottom right. This one right here. Okay.
Right.
If I walked into somebody's, this is what I told Sam, this is what I told Eve. If I walked into somebody's office, I walked into someone's home, and they had this mug sitting there, I'd pick it up and I would smash it on the floor. I wouldn't say anything. I don't care if there was coffee in it, tea, water, nothing. I would pick it up and I would smash it on the floor. That's what I would do.
It looks like a safety hazard waiting to happen. First off, how are you expected to actually hold the mug in any in any way that is balanced? Feels good.
Yes.
Like, how do you get all your fingers in the mug handle?
Well, yeah, you're supposed to. I think it's supposed to be like a 2-fingered operation. This thing is supposed to be like a fancy swirl. This is somebody just like thinking they're being artsy, and you're just fucking around.
Stability. You gotta think ergonomically what makes sense for the person, and the person needs to be able to hold on to their coffee with their dear life because it is their one life-saving thing that they have until the next thing of caffeine that they have, or lunch, or the end of the workday. Coffee is something that you don't mess with, okay?
So the one immediately above it, here we go. This guy.
Same issue, but
it's clearly a toilet bowl. And it's got some, and if you can see how it starts to stretch up, it's got some serious tipping issues. This is a top-heavy, ill-balanced toilet bowl that you can only get one fucking finger in. What the fuck was wrong with you?
It looks like an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
But also, the handle is way too small.
Yeah, it's a 1-finger thing, and like you would have to have like Farzuzmi size, doll hands to even be able to pick it up with 1 finger. Okay, so immediately above it, is that a butt crack?
It looks more like a mouth to me. Oh wait, no. If I turn my head, it kind of looks like a butt crack.
Well, I don't know. Like I'm actually asking, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know. But also, wouldn't the coffee get stuck on the one side?
Oh man, you would need a bottle brush to clean that thing. There's no question.
That just looks like a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Now,
I don't like it.
Let's talk about the gorilla in the room. Top left.
The thing that looks like a sex toy?
It could. I'm not going to kid you, okay? When I first saw this thing, I thought that this was a mug that came off the base, and this wasn't a base, it was like a platter, and this was a stylishly designed stir stick. I that was my first thought.
Oh,
I did not realize it was one unit that you picked up and drank from.
Yep. This is a safety hazard right here. Like, first off, cleaning this must be a nightmare because you're putting it in the dishwasher. And you got so many different, like, fragile pieces that could fall off, presumably. You got sharp corners and edges. You could murder somebody with this bad boy. Yeah, it's a disaster waiting to happen. You could stab a bitch to death with the handle part.
No, this is the kind of mug, the one top left right there, right? It's so goddamn artsy that it's only at art gallery premieres. It's at the Met Gala. You know, absolutely no functionality. It's all just about like looks and retardation of looks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Overly expensive, stupid, dumb shit. AOC would be drinking from it, talking about how we need to tax the billionaires. Oh my God, this coffee mug clitoris tickler thing is just...
You agree with me. It does look like a sex toy.
It does. It does. It's like, oh, these are the greatest things. And communism doesn't mean that only the ultra rich that illegally accepted $15,000 tickets to be here should be drinking from these. It means everybody should be drinking from these horrendous, egregious eyesores that are actually causing pain to my retinas to behold. That's
ready for murder time yet, Polly?
It really does look like something that belongs at the Met Gala. Just it's completely form over every fucking thing else. And Andy Warhol would love it. And that's reason enough to hate it.
Thanks for the Bearded said that it may look dumb, but it clearly has is the most stable of the six. Agreed. It is the most stable because it has a flat, square, rectangular base. And that's all it has going for it.
Well, you know what? I would say the most stable is the bottom left. Because it's got a nice big square grip handle that you can get at least 3 fingers in, because there's not a lot of scale, so you can't quite tell, but it looks like you get a solid 3 fingers in there. It's cylindrical, so it's nice and well balanced. It's got this nice little impression kind of thing on the side, so like whatever. I think that's this is the most reasonable bottom left of all of them, and the square handle I can appreciate because you know, especially the flat top handle. When it's a rounded handle, you kind of can't get that thumb up there for leverage, especially when the mug's full. This thing, that motherfucker's just going to snap off. The clitoris tickler, that thing's just going to snap off.
Glad that's caught on. Yeah, no, the bottom, the bottom like left one, that one's the one that I would probably opt for shape wise, minus the little lip thing. And I would tolerate maybe some towards the upper section, some flare outwards, but that's about as creative as I want to get with it. Maybe a little taller, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually don't have a problem with mugs that are shaped like I don't know, guys, if you can see my cursor, the one that's immediately above it. Like I've got no problem with mugs that are shaped like that. They bulge a little bit, you get a little bit more coffee in there. It's a fine shape. I don't need my mugs to be cylindrical, although most of them are. That's fine. That's a big brew mug, and I can appreciate that. It's got a nice size handle on it. That's cool.
Yeah, those are the mugs that we actually have at the house. That, but in black.
Cool.
Because they retain heat better if they're black.
Is that actually true?
Yeah. So, darker colors absorb sunlight better or more, whereas lighter colors reflect sunlight. And so as a result, because they're absorbing the sunlight, they're also absorbing the heat. Like, you ever get into a car with black leather interior and feel like in the summer and feel like you're baking?
Of course.
Whereas if you get into a car with not black leather interior, maybe like tan or beige leather interior, you're not baking as much.
Right. But I never have doused the interior of a car with coffee to see if it stays hot.
I would assume that because it's not sunlight, infrared. Thank you Dexor, yeah. No, but like because it's the coffee cup itself is absorbing that infrared and be as a result getting hotter or being made hotter. Because it's absorbing that, one would think that because of the rules of conductivity, the coffee inside would also remain hotter than
I
not.
love Zelthor's comments. I love these. They're horrible. This is great. It's just
Yeah. I use these just to piss you off. Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds
Yeah,
about right.
I could see someone serving me and coffee in an Andy Warhol mug just to see me be fuck. Like, because now out of spite, I can't drink the coffee when I really, really want the coffee. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah. Thoughts of crowds chanting "Let's go, Brandon." What does that mean? Polly, explain. I don't know.
do you? Oh, I was telling Zelthor about this the other day. You know how many pumpkins I've seen carved with the letters "Let's go, Brandon"?
I don't know why though. What is that?
And hold on, there's "Let's go, Brandon" coffee mugs. I came across them. I really did.
But what is it?
You don't know about this? You're an internet person. How do you not know about "Let's go, Brandon"?
I have had a hell of a week, Polly.
Okay, fair enough. So, crowds at sporting events and whatnot, general outdoor gatherings where there's great groups of people, NASCAR events, football games, you name it, are chanting "fuck Joe Biden" over and over and over again. To which the announcers, commentators are interpreting it as "Let's go, Brandon," because they refuse to believe that great crowds of people are chanting "fuck Joe Biden," because, I mean, he's not Donald Trump, so obviously he's awesome. And he's the guy who's uniting the country and executed a strategically perfect and efficient extrication from Afghanistan, and is putting the economy on its top leg, and we're the value of the American dollar is rising constantly, and there are no problems in the supply chain whatsoever, and this is all thanks to the geriatric houseplant in charge. So it's obviously illogical and unacceptable that anybody would be screaming or chanting as a giant crowd, "fuck Joe Biden, fuck Joe Biden," and so they're assuming it's "let's go, Brandon," and that's become the thing. So everybody's like, "Oh, really? It's "let's go, Brandon." So "let's go, Brandon's" kind of like this is a racist dog whistle for it. And one woman in a clip that's hilarious has gone around, made the rounds, went viral, where there's a whole bunch of people in a crowd chanting "fuck Joe Biden." She's going, "Stop it! That's racist." And somebody yells back at her, "How the fuck is that possibly racist?" And she goes, "It's wrong. It's racist." It's like, yeah, you know what? If you ever needed proof that word has been diluted of all meaning in 2021 in current year, that's it.
Okay, now I need to look up this happening because I don't believe it. I don't. I'm sorry, but I don't. But I need to see it. That's not real. You're pulling my leg.
I am not.
I feel like you might be, but we'll find out. Okay. All right. This is where I get all my sources from. Share system audio. There you go. Got it.
Okay. Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, "Let's go, Brandon." Brandon, you told me you did those first two stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh my God, it was learning how each line didn't stay to one. Everything shifted top to bottom so much.
I will always and forever adore NASCAR fans.
But it's not just NASCAR. It's football, college football. It's baseball. It's everywhere. People chanting "Fuck Joe Biden," because they're not happy. But remember, our bettors in the news entertainment elite have told us that Joe Biden is the most popular. I mean, more votes than any other president in American history.
And higher gas prices than I have ever seen in my entire
Yeah.
life.
And what we have found out is that Barack Obama was simply holding Joe Biden back by keeping him as vice president for 8 years.
You're right. The first black president should have stepped down to the geriatric house plan.
He should have. Because, I mean, Joe Biden pulled in more votes than Barack Obama did in either one of his elections.
Interesting.
Clearly, Obama's popular of a president as he was nothing compared to the House plant. He was just holding him back. My God. It's amazing.
Well, Polly.
Yes.
I think we should leave it on that note because I'm getting tired. And
yeah, so am I.
I have to wake up extra super duper early in the morning to go to work, to go to my big kid job.
Yeah,
which I love, but
I love how you were staring straight at the ground when you said it and then let out a pout. I mean, holy shit. That bad, huh?
I like my job, but I spend so much time at work.
Yeah, that's a big rough part of it. I hear you there.
Yeah.
That can be a big part of the grind.
It's just like sometimes I don't have 9 hours of work to do, so I have to find things to do in order to meet my 50. What is it? This week it's 9 times 4. Math. This late? No. 9 times 4. Oh my God.
Hold on. What are you failing at?
Math. What is 9 times 4? I'm having a Weebo.
I don't even understand. You have to meet a 54 what?
36. Okay. I wasn't going crazy. It's 36 plus
you started
8.
saying you got to do a 50
no,
what? Even though you have 9 hours?
It's a 44-hour work week this week.
Okay.
And a 36-hour work week next week. That's how
okay.
That was what I was having a struggle with.
What?
No, it's not 54.
No, it's not.
36. It's 36. I know what I was saying. I was like, wait, it can't be that little. Yes, it is.
Okay, let me ask you this.
What?
This is the part that I don't understand. That kind of threw me off. You have to find stuff to fill your day. Like, you can't just, like, fuck around?
Holly, we're not supposed to fuck around at work.
Well, did you tell all the middle managers in America that? I don't think they're aware.
Holly, I'm not supposed to fuck around at work. I do not fuck around at work.
Are your employers watching your YouTube channel? Is that what's happening right now?
No, I'm just doing this for posterity's sake in case they ever stumble across my YouTube channel. I do not fuck around at work.
No one does. Of course not. No.
I would never dream of it.
No.
Not a second. And glued to my desk.
Let's go, Brandon.
Unless I have to take a bathroom break, in which case, then I am taking my notes with me and thinking up ideas for how to better the company.
Did you ever read that Johnson & Johnson study or hear of it of how many people jerk it at work?
I'm sorry. Why is that the last thing we're going to finish on?
I guess you said go off to the bathroom. It's like, do you know that many males and females, when they go off to the bathroom at work, are actually going off to FAP?
No, I didn't. And I didn't need to know.
Oh, okay. Well, there was an actual study put out by Johnson & Johnson on it if you want to go look it up.
Why is that what we're researching?
Well, because we were talking about fucking around at work, and some
That's
people
not
take
what
it
I meant.
some people take it literally.
People,
Yeah.
I want you to understand that when I say fuck you right at work, I mean like playing like paper football at your desk with,
Paper football.
I don't know.
Yeah. People totally are bringing in their own laptops and just, surfing the web or playing their Weeb games or whatever.
I think the closest I ever get to fucking around at work, really, though, like seriously, is like organizing my email so that I can find things for when I have to go back and go per my email on January 27th of 1978. This is what happened, and this is what you agreed to. So, fuck off, Karen.
Fair enough.
And let's see. I don't like talking about work when I'm not at work,
Yeah, no, fair enough. Let's stop that.
So anyway, Polly, do you have anything that you would like to shill for the audience?
Why, yes, I do. Using my projecting voice so the people up in the higher balcony can hear me. The AAA stream is happening tomorrow over on Drunken Uncle's channel. You can catch it at 5:30 p.m. Eastern or 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island. We care about the people at Flying Fish Cove.
Naturally.
All 18 of them. They're some of our most ardent fans.
Naturally.
Yes. And then on Wednesday on my channel, the greatest AAA of them all, because it's on my channel. Well, no, but that's where the fun happens.
Yes.
Best game, best jokes, best bands. It's all to be had there. And it is again happening at 5:30 p.m. Eastern or 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island. Feel free to come by or watch it after the fact, but it's more fun live. But, a hell of a lot of fun to be had after the fact as well.
Well.
And then Friday on Sinatra's channel is a AAA stream, which is happening 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island.
I love to see it. Hey, can you bug Sinatra about the thing that he knows that he's supposed to give me at some point? Because he knows. Just bug him on my behalf. Bug him.
With that vagary, and he'll know?
Well, it's also the thing that I bugged you about, too.
Which one?
Well, no, I can't say it yet. If I say it, it won't come true. And the chat will be disappointed. I'll bug you specifically after. Anyway.
All right.
As for me, I'm still working on the video that was supposed to be out 17 days ago. I just keep hitting all of these
Holy
hiccups.
shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
that's
in addition to that, I had like a spontaneous moment of creativity this weekend that I'm like, oh, I want to make a video about that. On top of the Halloween special. So like I have 3 videos that I really want to put out. I don't know which one's going to come first. Probably the one that I'm halfway done with. But after that, I got to prioritize the Halloween special, and then I can make the other one that I had like a spontaneous, I can make this. Anyway, this weekend. In addition to that, side quests tomorrow, and for the next 3 weeks, I'll be doing side quests on Monday because Spooky had some scheduling conflicts, so I'm covering for her. So my evenings are switched from Friday to Monday. Other than that, I don't have anything else except for next week, cocktail hour with Polly.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out tonight and enjoying this hour and a half with myself and my co-host Polydub. We deeply appreciate your time, your attention, your donations, your likes, your comments, your subscribbles, all of that jazz. Because without you, it would just be 2 idiots talking in a Discord server about literally anything and nothing.
Yep.
So thank you for that. We'll be back here next week, same time, same place, same otter, same face. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good rest of your week.
Have a good night, all.
We'll see you later.
Stay away from weird coffee mugs.
That too.